We're ready for the toss of the coin. Peter Bell and Stephen King. Slight height difference there amongst the skippers, but Peter Bell gets the honours and Freo to kick left of screen as we say good afternoon to Stephen Silvani, who's not farewelling anything this afternoon. G'day,
Hutto, great to see you. But yeah, really looking forward to this game. It's a massive game for the Dockers, having lost their last 2 games. They come up against a red-hot Geelong outfit who have won their last 6, so it's a huge challenge. Always difficult to win here at Skilled Stadium. So the question mark is whether Fremantle can win enough of the ball out of the middle and trouble the Geelong defence and get the ball up to their forward lines quickly.
And who will get the job on Pavlich? Looks like Milburn might be waiting for him. Let's go down to Andrew Marr, who we saw enjoying the wet conditions here last year. I think the rain's on the way, Andrew.
Yeah, just another day in paradise, Hutto. As we look over there, there's black clouds are brewing, so it looks like we might get a bit of precipitation today. But right now, right here, it's a whole lot better than it was 12 months ago. Ground is in perfect condition. Having said that, there's only been a light sprinkle of rain so far. It won't be an excuse. There is a very blustery breeze down to the forward stand end, which is the left end of the screen. Probably about a 3-goal advantage. So look for the side going that way to get an advantage early.
Thanks for that. As we check the forward line, and is that Jared Rook going to?
Yes, Jared Rook's got the job.
Pavlich. And Milburn has been such a creative player for the Cats. I guess it's interesting to see Peter Bell is starting in the forward line for Fremantle. Milburn alongside him. Maybe Bell's tagging Milburn. Who knows? Maybe it's the other way. But we are ready to go. Fremantle versus Geelong from Skilled Stadium. He may give the honours to Longmuir there, but free kick is going to go to Freo as Ling gets a little bit angry, and so does Josh Carr, who better be a little bit careful. And Ling doesn't exactly return the ball to Justin Longmuir, so he's perhaps a fraction lucky not to concede 50.
Troy Cook got the run with roll on Gary Ablett Jr.
Longmuir up to half forward. Wasn't a particularly well-placed kick. Tough it was for Pavlich. Chance at ground level for Crowley. He's one of the players coming into the Freo team. He's impressed. He's been Subiaco's best player so far this year, and they are the top team in the Waffle. He was originally on the main list back in 2003, 2004, but was put back to the rookie list for this year, so he's really dug deep and got himself back onto the main list, and a game in the seniors this afternoon. Already you can see the sheer numbers that are going to be around the ball this afternoon.
At the other end of the ground, Hutto, young Michael Johnson has got the job on Ottens, and Polak has a job on Playfair.
Yeah, some big tasks in defence, particularly for the Fremantle side. We're still missing a number of their regular defenders, including Hadrill. King trying to farm the ball down to Ling, but he was more concerned with Hazelby. Farmer's high one. Gives McFarlane a big chance. And he just got the break on Scarlett, and he read it well.
Well, he did. There was a stoppage, and that's what you've got to do when you're on the last line of defence. You've got to be ready. It's almost a foot race, and McFarlane got off Scarlett here. The ball drops short, and he's very quick when he's in front of you.
So Luke McFarlane, who kicked 2 bags of 5, and in the last 2 weeks he's only managed single goals, but he started well today, and so have Freo. First blood.
Well, it's an important goal, that one, for the Dockers. They need to get off to a good start, and McFarlane's going to have a big impact on today's result. He needs to be able to kick 2 or 3 goals on Matthew Scarlett, one of the great defenders in the competition, but we just see the speed of McFarlane there. Scarlett very, very quick himself, but he's difficult to outrun.
So the Dockers off to a great start. They do have the use of the breeze in this opening quarter. As we're back in the centre, King, Longmuir up too early. In fact, hit Stephen King right on the head. And he's going to get the free kick for some interference. So Geelong, first opportunity to go forward into attack. Lings crept down to half forward, clever. One against Jeff Farmer was too good.
He had the right match up there.
Kick towards the top of the goal square. Oh, Kingsley will mark it easily as Parker fell over. And good play from Kent Kingsley. He was darting back to the goal square, turned, and he turned quickly. And we'll look at this ruck infringement again, Steve.
Yes, and it was there. But clever play by King too, because he kicked on out to a 50-50 contest, but Ling was always going to have the height advantage over Farmer.
And there's a little slip from Shane Parker. But Kent Kingsley's kicked 25 goals, 14. Playing game number 99 this afternoon for the Cats. Comes in, and that's a shocking kick. Didn't make the distance from 25 metres. Gee, he'll be disappointed with that first up effort, Kingsley.
Well, if we get a chance to have a look at that kick, he actually stabbed at it. It didn't follow through with his kick.
So behind only to the Cats.
Carr's kick in, drops short. And big Brad Ottens in the road. He can launch it long and strong. Pushing at the back was Mackey. This is Johnson. He ran straight into trouble and maybe, just got the fist on ball. And that was what saved him.
You just have to question that kick out. You're kicking to a Brad Ottens who's 6'5". I mean, you try and at least kick it away from the taller type defenders, particularly marking players.
See what confronts him there. He goes to the same area, the same pack of players. Ottens just outmarked at the last moment. In fact, the umpire obviously called play on. Bell teaming with Cook and now Farmer to try and ease the squeeze for Freo. Everyone running back away, so Farmer had plenty of space to work in. Straight for Pavlich. They'll go to him all day, you think, with Rook as his opponent.
He used his body very well, just propped and allowed the defender to run straight into him.
Thornton's come up to be an option. He could go left to Bell or more direct. And he goes directly right into the forward line. It's a beautifully placed kick. And Lonigan, who's got the job on Crowley, just couldn't get near him. And Crowley, who's kicked goals regularly in the last 3 weeks for Subiaco, 3, 4 and 3. So a pretty versatile player. He should know how to find the middle here. And what a start that would be for Fremantle. And that's not the start he was hoping for his second kick in AFL footy. But nonetheless, Fremantle showing boys already that they're going to be pretty competitive.
Yes, good direct movement by the footy there as Hunt kicks from fullback and David Johnson marks comfortably. Ling try and move it forward and with almost a fingertip at Mackey. Thornton applies the pressure and did pretty well, Scott Thornton, because thought for a moment Mackey had just got around him, but he was able to hold on to the tackle and force Mackey over the line. So well done by Thornton. Game number 25. King was in front, but it spilled to the back car. Kick partly smothered Enright. Good slick handball to accommodate Kelly, who kicks to a vacant centre-half forward position. Out comes Ottens. Well done, Johnson applied the pressure. Chapman was outstanding in the first quarter last week against the Kangaroos. He had 14 possessions, but he ties it up this time, so we'll get a bounce inside the centre square at half forward for the Cats.
It's really good play by young Johnson there. He was in a one-on-one contest over Ottens, got the spoil in and then followed up with a very good tackle.
Ottens this time got rid of Longmuir. Milburn, third man up, spills to Bartel, who hoists it high to the goal square. One out in the goal square. Kingsley and Parker did very well at the full. Playfair kick a goal and he missed. Well, he got in the right spot, Henry Playfair. Just couldn't quite get boot to ball quickly enough and slot it through. So behind only to the Cats. So they've had a couple of early opportunities. Haven't yet scored a major here at Skilk Stadium. Dockers lead by 4 points.
This time Shane Parker gets the honours of kicking in after Carr took the first 2. Call that a mark. To Cook. Now he's called on. Back to Johnson. And try and organise themselves out of defence. Heath Black was running past. Looks like Black and Ling might be opposed to each other today. Meantime, Hazelby hasn't got a lot on, so he has to tailor the kick in for Cook. Wants to give it off. And he does that successfully. Carr backed himself. Pavlich is going to keep working hard. Now, Rook looks like he's a bit hurt behind play.
Well, he got a great little block by Jeff Farmer, which allowed Pavlich to get free.
Gets it into that man. At the back, Farmer waits. McFarlane there to provide the contest. Great smother and great pressure. Comes to Crowley again. High tackle. And this shot at goal will be a lot simpler than the last.
And Rook's still in the hands of the trainers, but Farmer got a terrific block, which just allowed Pavlich to come up to the footy able to get the ball into their forward line, and that's the free kick there.
So he's put himself right in the thick of things anyway, Ryan Crowley, in this early passages of play in his very first game. Makes no mistake and gets Fremantle's second goal. That's a real boost, isn't it, to their confidence?
Absolutely, and Ryan Crowley, a couple of early touches as we look at the infringement again, and it's a pretty good story. He's been elevated off the rookie list and was almost lost to AFL football last year, but Fremantle did the right thing, put him on the list, and now playing his first game, and he's having an immediate impact as Peter Riccardi comes on the ground. Ryan Crowley, his first goal in AFL football. A great start by him. Back in the centre. Longmuir got it down brilliantly to Carr. Kick around the body to half forward. Pavlich was held. No free kick. Play onto the call. Well done by Rook. He's recovered from that little buffeting he got. He gave it to Milburn, who delivers to King. So the captain now, right half back. Decides to kick a long searching kick. Grover in good position. Did it pretty well. Read it off the boot. And Grover now kicks it across the ground rather dangerously, but it's okay. Mark taken by Black.
He's got Carr up the middle.
Black looked for Carr. Kelly was able to get across and make it a contest. Carr was hard at the footy though, well played. Somehow got boot to ball, and Peter Bell's got it.
So you called it well, Chris. That was a great effort by Carr.
Bell now kicks towards the lead of McFarlane, but chipping across, well done by Ling. Handball off to Hunt, and the Cats now a chance to set up, although he's forced to kick back to centre half back, but a comfortable mark taken by Riccardi.
Cats really still finding their way here. Some of their big name players just struggling a little bit. Corey Enright, he's getting some pretty tight attention. He's coming in for his first possession, his second possession, in fact, his first kick. Finds Tenace in the middle. Fairly open ahead, so if he gets it in there quick, chance for Ottens now with some jumper holding on. And Michael Johnson has been penalised. Ottens from there should be able to just about get the journey, even though he's probably slightly kicking into the breeze. It was just a fleeting moment, and it was unfortunate because, as you saw, Grover was in the best position to take the mark. And that stat there, a sign of sort of competitiveness that Brad Ottens has brought to the Geelong forward line. 15 contested marks for the year, number 6 that is in the AFL. He's kicking astray there, and not many people down there really. That's fairly undisciplined by Geelong, you'd think. Mind you, they might still get a chance. Milburn, can he seize it? Lays it off, Mackie, and his teammates not too happy. They were lining up at the top of the goal square. Kent Kingsley certainly letting him know all about it. The ball out of bounds on the full. Sean McManus, who got a reprieve this week, back in the Freo team to take the footy.
From the back pocket, he kicks dangerously towards centre half back, sets Carr enormous task. James Kelly with the job on Josh Carr this afternoon, or vice versa if you like. But a poor kick from McManus. He really opened up the play for the Cats, and James Kelly a chance to kick from just inside 50 for a
Chris,
goal.
that was a poor option, really. I mean, the kick had to be spot on, and just a poor decision.
Kelly now keeps it low, and it's offline. Almost a mark on the goal line. You can see players having some trouble getting some real distance with their kicks, kicking into the wind. And the Cats, of course, forced to do that in this opening quarter. So behind only to Geelong.
Andrew Maher, just what is the breeze worth down there, do you think?
It's about a 3-goal breeze, according to the locals, Hutto, and it's really hard punching it into it going the other way, despite some protection from the Hickey stand.
Bartel loses it. Hazelby, whistle, advantage won't be paid. As Peter Ballard found Josh Carr in the middle. But it's going to come back to Paul Hazelby, who is one of their prime clearance winners. They're last in the competition for clearances, Freo. Paul Hazelby's had 17 more than any of his teammates in total for the year. He bombs this one away, and that was hitting Hope star. Pavlich was the hope, and he was a pretty good hope, as it turned out. He wants to move it in there quickly. Give his forwards like Medhurst a big opportunity, almost. McFarlane says, I'll take the spoils. Thank you very much. And Freo have got 3 on the board. And they're serving it up to the Cats.
Well, they worked it very, very well. What they did, Fremantle, they basically set a huddle inside the middle of the ground or around the centre of the ground, which allowed Pavlich to be one-on-one with Rook. And to get back quickly, he thumped the ball in there, and Fremantle were able to take full advantage of the long kick.
He's taken 3 marks already, Matthew Pavlich, and is a real problem for the Geelong defence without Tom Harley. Jared Rook's got the job at the moment, but I reckon at some stage they'll have to try and put Milburn onto him.
Milburn.
And they'll lose some run because Milburn's been great in the midfield, but his size and strength and height is a real worry at the present time. So the Cats with a task ahead of them, although they aren't kicking into this win, so it's not as bad as it seems. Socket forward by Hazelby. Now there's a free kick here.
Ablett. It was Cook on Ablett, and
It was a late call too.
it was by the non-controlling umpire. There was a big, I think he was given a hand by the crowd roar.
Yeah, I think he was.
You'll have it, you see it here.
Well,
it was definitely there.
Yep.
So Ablett from the centre of the ground. Drives it long, inside attacking 51 out. Kingsley and Parker, well done. Brilliantly rowed by Chapman. He snaps back towards goal. Chance for Johnson, out in front of Ottens, pushed off the kick and got the Farmer just. And Jeff Farmer, who's playing up the ground this afternoon, certainly for the early part, has got it at right half back. Fremantle have kicked 3 goals, 1. They kicked 3-7 in this corresponding game last year for the whole match. And over the boundary line on the wing. So there's the hit-outs.
Worth pointing out to Chapman, just 1 possession. Ablett, just 1 possession. Riccardi, some of their prime movers. Scarlett, obviously, is defender, but he hasn't touched the ball yet. So some of the big names for Geelong just aren't quite getting enough of it at the moment.
Well, you would have thought that Freo have done their homework there, knowing that Ablett and also Chapman are so critical to the Geelong team.
Oh. McManus gave it straight up to Chapman, who kicks inside attacking 50. Ottens, it's getting a high tackle. No, play on's the call. He does well to find it at ground level. Chance for Ablett, who keeps his feet up, eventually falling over as the pack descends on him. So a bounce.
Holding the ball.
And there's a free kick. It'll go to Fremantle. And advantage paid as Carr emerges from the pack. Kick toward Hazelby. Got rid of Ling. It was okay according to the umpire. So they can set something up here, Fremantle. Hazelby, a couple of bounces. Now kicks towards half forward. Pavlich again in the pack. Couldn't mark this time. Chance for Hunt. Handball up towards Tanase, who deft little touch. Got it to Rook. Slipped over. Ling, good pressure from Hazelby, forcing the boundary throw in between wing and half forward for the Dockers.
Sandilands coming on. He's replacing the man you see there, Paul Hazelby, who's just had a little bit of a niggle in the last month or so with a quad, and he's coming off either a rest or some attention. And Riley Dunn comes onto the ground. Good work from King to get it down to ground. And Geelong side just a little shell-shocked at the moment. They're the hunted clearly in this game, isn't it? I mean, you go for a period where you can hunt teams, but eventually, if you win a lot of matches, the opposition will come out and really go after your prime movers. Milburn was trying to get a free kick. Grover. Amongst the ball, there's Riley Dunn. Put his head down, his bottom up. They box on. Longmuir somehow found a path. And that's beautifully judged by Josh Hunt, one of the Cats' prime movers. Out of defence for David Johnson. He's running alongside Jeff Farmer. And he's got a face full of him now. Holding the ball.
That is great stuff from Jeff Farmer.
2 really basic things he's done. He's tried to keep the ball inside their forward 50. And that's critical to your forward line setup. It gives you opportunities. That is hard work. His coach would be delighted with that.
Well, he's coming off 14 goals in the past 4 weeks. The most goals he's ever kicked against Geelong was back in 2000 when he managed 4. Oh, the wind will help that. He'll take it all the way and then some. Well, the Cats and Mark Thompson stunned, I would have thought.
And it's sensational reward for the hard work that Jeff Farmer does here. The tackle, great tackle, and this is a super kick outside 50. The big spiral, sensational.
So a great start, the Fremantle Dockers. They managed just 3-7 last year for the entire match. They've kicked 4-1 already. So they've got away to a flyer. Bell at the base of the pack. Grover's been very good early. Good smother though. Cook, Longmuir. Again they go forward. Out comes Medhurst on the lead. In fact, it's Crowley. No, it's Medhurst. He turns, bangs towards the goal square. McFarlane in good position. Well done by Scarlett. Chance for Crowley. Snaps. And did Enright touch it? I don't think he did. Another one to the Dockers. Ryan Crowley on Deboo's kick too. And this Fremantle side, the forward line looking very dangerous.
Yeah, Michael, it's just been a pattern that's been forming in this first quarter. Every time Fremantle have got the ball across their half-forward line, we just see Medhurst pump it into the goal square. They're going long to McFarlane. They've got the crummers at McFarlane's feet. Goal. We saw Pavlich do it earlier on in this quarter.
Wonderful start for that man in his first game of AFL football, and although the Dockers have got the breeze, they've got away to a fly.
Already it's their best ever first quarter down here at Skilled Stadium. 27 points the margin. Longmuir, Ottens, Cook. This is Thurley who's on the ground now. Johnson and the Cats get a bit of run, a bit of flow. Riccardi. Was that some holding on Kent Kingsley? No, it wasn't. Here's Henry Playfair trying to go to work. Ball is over and out. Cats not happy, crowd not happy.
We won't have an easy day on his direct opponent, Tom Harley. Parker, sensational backman.
Kent Kingsley. Here is Longmuir with the double fist. And some holding on. Which way is he going? It's a Geelong ball. It's coming to Chapman. Looks like it was McManus who was the offender. Stephen King taking a breather. As Mark Thompson restructures, sending Ottens into the ruck. Paul Chapman, who...
Bit happening off the ball at the moment. Cook getting stuck into Ablett.
Started so well last week, and then he got injured and hits the post halfway out. Chapman 14 goals, 8 for the year. He made it 14 goals, 9 now. So things just not going Geelong's way. Ablett getting enormous attention from Cook.
Kick comes into Bell. So a great start here by the Dockers. We've been in... copped a lot of criticism through the course of the week for their display against Hawthorn, and now what's going to happen here?
Downfield free because there's some holding on inside.
No. Kent Kingsley actually knocked Parker over.
So free kick will come back to Crowley, who started pretty well. Ryan Crowley, 6th possession. He's kicked a couple of goals. Thornton. Now he's got a player out wide in Dodd, and it's okay. So they affect the switch of play, the Dockers. But they've got to hold it up, so Cats have got time to man up. The kick towards Pavlich, who's strong, and at the risk of being and saying it too prematurely, he is proving a real handful for Jared Rook. Kick across the ground, Dodd getting on the end of it again. He needs to play on and get it moving. Cats have got numbers back. In fact, just 2 players in the forward half for Geelong. Comes out, Schofield. Playing for his 3rd AFL club. There's McFarlane leading for him. He ignores that and kicks shorter to Bell. So just trying to think their way through here, the Dockers. Cats have got numbers back.
Well, plenty of numbers, not much space.
This time Bell decides to go long. Pavlich and McFarlane. And good mark taken by Rookie. He hit the stand his ground. He did it with courage. And he's marked inside defensive 50 for the Cats.
Sorry, Mike, it's going to be all about Pavlich down there. Sauce, isn't it, this afternoon? Freo trying to get it to him and Geelong trying to crowd him.
But they've got the other avenue deep in McFarlane.
They've got trouble here too. Ling, defensive handball, under pressure. Hazelby gets it to McFarlane. Couldn't get his 3rd. Hunt, Milburn, cool, calm. Ling, well directed for Burley. And the Cats can regroup. They're flooding right down the ground now in numbers. Up to half forward. Henry Playfair tries to get to the front. Grover, very steady. Carr, wrong way, go back. Mundy. (31) Fremantle, 5 Geelong. Sensational start by Fremantle. You can see their record down here is poor. 2 of their lowest ever scores, 2 of their 3 lowest ever scores have been on this ground. But they have pointed out that this is a similar-ish dimension, similar dimensions here to Subiaco. It's not quite as long, but it is longer than many of the other AFL grounds, so they should be comfortable playing here, even though the record would suggest otherwise. 5-1 to 5 behind. Longmuir, Ottens, Shannon Burns trying to get on the end of it, and he does. Ling has not had a lot of room to move in. Bartel. Dodd got involved, and now, Ablett's in trouble too behind play. Freo inside 50, Ablett on his haunches. Chance for Pavlich, he's got a yard here on Rook. Can he capitalise? Didn't get great contact on the ball. Good persistence by Jared Rook, and no score at all. Ablett back on his feet, which is good news.
Yes, well, they're after Ablett every time they have a chance, and Cook has got the job on him. Getting a lot of attention, Gary Ablett.
Milburn eventually chips it out wide. Mark taken by Gardner. He chips further afield to Rook. Schofield stands the mark. So Rook at half back. Massive job this afternoon on Matthew Pavlich. Long kick to half forward at the back. Cook almost. He got up high, couldn't complete the mark. McManus. Thornton. He concedes ground back to Black, who switches the play to Carr, who has got a bit of a problem here. Bartel on his hammer. Handball missed the mark. Chance here for the Cats. Kingsley, Ablett, he runs to 20 with a bounce and drills it. Cats on the board at Skilled Stadium. So a bad mistake by the Dockers, deep in defence. An uncharacteristic mistake this time, Steve, by Josh Carr.
Yeah, it was. The kick wasn't a great kick. It fell short. It made it difficult, but the handball backwards wasn't on. And Gary Ablett was the man that made the most of it.
Yes, he got the handball from Kingsley, and they had numbers around the ball. And finally, the Cats get there first.
Will that kick the Cats along? They're into the breeze in this opening quarter. Freo with all the initiative. They lead by 20. But a mistake let Gary Ablett in, and now they're going again. Generating from the middle, Kelly's high rainmaker slips through, and Gardner some holding on. So is it going to Playfair or is it going to Gardner? It's going to Henry. Kicked 3 last week. Polak with the job on him.
Free on Playfair here. Just saw Polak maybe get an arm over Playfair's shoulder.
His ability to take contested marks, he and Brad Ottens, I think, both on 15 for the year. Yeah, you see it equal most at Geelong and in the top 10 in the AFL. Has he got his kicking boot on this time? He didn't have earlier, but it swings back nicely. 2 in a row for the Cats. That'll make the local Hordes feel a bit better.
Yes, it was, and it was out of the middle here, and this is where the Cats are usually very good, but we just see Playfair here.
He actually worked into Polak and drew the free kick.
He initiated the contact, protected the football, and in the meantime, Polak was trying to get back into the contest and put an arm over his shoulder.
So 2 in a minute to the Cats. And they're back in the game. They'll kick with the breeze in the second term. Centre breaks 4 Geelong, 3 Fremantle. Longmuir, that was straight up to Kelly. Ottens threaded the handball to Burns. Scrambles a kick towards half forward. Out comes Gardner. Got a couple of touches early, Charlie Gardner. Now Hazelby relieves the pressure. Thornton got nowhere to go. So Under pressure goes back to Hazelby. Somehow slipped the Ling tackle. Black from centre wing. Drives it long. Pavlich going back. Almost a clever mark. Medhurst trying to beat his immediate opponent in Hunt. Gets support from Schofield. But well done by the Cat defence. Rook shoveled it through. Enright in devastating form. Kick was brilliantly done. Smothered by Longmuir. His kick, though, missed the mark. Medhurst can't keep it in. Or can he? He can.
Well done.
Superb stuff, Medhurst. Needs to get it off quickly. Runs to full measure. He's run too far. Snaps and kicks it behind. Well, he did all the hard work, Paul Medhurst. He had players on.
Yeah, he almost had the chance to lay the ball off.
Now, look at this. Otten's the umpire getting in the way of Brad Otten's.
Well, does the umpire get in the way? I mean, he always goes backwards. They go to the same place.
I mean, you've got to. He actually walks out of the circle there. You've got to try and get out of the circle as quickly as possible. You just don't waltz backwards.
It was a nice waltz.
Ruckman of the century, Stephen Silvani joining us there.
Oh, please, let the players compete.
And we've got a free kick, and it's going Geelong's way.
Well, normally they've got plenty of time to get back. I don't think the bounce was that high, and that's what probably confused the issue.
David Johnson. Last minute of the opening quarter, Freo started so well, but the Cats with the last couple. Freo would dearly love to steal one here. Pavlich worked Johnson to the line. Now McManus won't quite get to this one. He's camped underneath it. Riccardi with a clean pick-up. Then he was crunched, and he's going to win a free kick. Interesting interpretation as Riccardi moves it on. Kingsley versus Parker. Oh, Kingsley completely outpointed him that time. 15 seconds and counting. Will he try and lay it off? We know what his earlier kick was like. He does go for the pass.
Yeah, clever
Guess
kick.
who takes the mark? What's he doing down there? There's an intruder in the forward line. Matthew Scarlett. Crowd would love to see him kick a goal. Sucked down, remember last year a couple of times, one against St Kilda, and the crowd cheered him all the way back to full-back. Hasn't kicked one so far this year. Matthew Scarlett goes for the torp. Oh, what about that? Right on quarter time. Doesn't even smile. Just the nonchalant kick. Okay, so quarter time, and Fremantle 5-2-32. Geelong 3-5-23. They were kicking into the breeze, so honours with Chris Connolly, but only just. The Cats making a late charge. Very interesting match here from Skilled Stadium. And as we go to the break, let's have a look at some of the great marks so far we've seen in 2005.
Looking for Rocker. Oh, what a grab! Big Sam up and away. Ottens has got his man. Oh, Brad Ottens takes up Pieti. Burns the leaper. Oh, 3 on 1. That's as good as it gets. Oh, Robinson. Tarrant comes hard. It takes a spectacular mark.
Numbers there for the Roos. Archer.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Close to the goal square.
Richard.
Andy Mark, quarter time, what's the report from the boundary?
All clear at Geelong Hutto. Fremantle, Riley Dunn went in with the right knee heavily bandaged. He went off the ground twice in that first quarter. He is of some real concern for them.
Okay, we'll get back to Andy shortly to just get an update on the weather, and because for this second quarter, Geelong will have the breeze with them. We'll get an indication of just how much it means as we get underway in the second term.
Hazelby out to Mundy. And he kicks it across the ground. And the ball favours Tamakes, who's got pace to burn from 60. Drives it in short towards the leader, Kingsley. McManus got back. Needs to get it out, John McManus. He'll be penalised. He did. Spills out to Thornton, who does the right thing. He heads towards the boundary line and chips effectively. Mark taken by Bell. So a bit of pressure early there on the Fremantle defence, but they were able to stand up. Now Bell kicks across the ground. Mark taken by Hazelby now. Michael Johnson's broken to the outer side and he takes the mark. I'm going to try and move it quickly if they can. He's forced to sit and wait and kicks it short to Schofield. Methodically working it around the boundary, back to Johnson.
There's a pack of plays ahead of him.
They're doing a lot of this huddling, aren't they, in the midfield today, Freya?
And there's plenty of one-on-ones going on out there.
Johnson short. Pavlich on the lead. It was a good kick in front of Rook. Needs to come back, Jared Rook, otherwise he'll be penalised. Pavlich, very good early. Mark number 5 coming in for his 6th possession. He's called to play on. He chips towards half forward. Medhurst, strong hands in front. It's marked. 55 from goal. He wheels onto the right boot. Spiral torpedo to the top of the goal square. Farmer at the back. And
that's a huge kick.
It is a huge kick, and it's the great benefit of the kick, Steve, because it carried the pack. It had that extra 5 metres, and Jeff Farmer was just waiting at the back and marked comfortably in the end on his chest.
Well, there was no space in front of him, and he's lofted that ball or kicked that ball probably 65 metres across the ground to the fat side of the ground where there was plenty of space, and Farmer was able to just judge the ball a lot better.
Well, they worked it pretty well. 8 marks in that passage of play. They were patient, and it's resulted in Farmer. And there's a good look at what confronts him. He kicks, and he kicks beautifully. So Jeff Farmer kicks his 2nd. And the Dockers now extend their quarter-time lead to 15 points. And
that was a great mark by Medhurst. That was a very strong mark, one-on-one contest, and this kick was an absolute beauty. And Farmer was on the end of it. And a good start for the Dockers in this 2nd quarter.
It's got to be about belief a bit for Freo, and that goal will really give them some hope and belief that they can go on for all of this game and not just match it with the Cats, but perhaps beat them. They lead by 15 now. Tenace very quickly wrapped up, and Peter Bell, Jeff Farmer giving the message that he wasn't trying to release it.
And if we go back to the Medhurst goal, Chris, the Medhurst kick, he got back off his mark nice and quickly and got the ball into their forward line. We saw that a few times in the 1st quarter.
It was interesting, though, as they brought the ball down with their 8 marks, they did bring it slowly and in a patient fashion, so we'll see how quick they move the ball. They're moving it nicely now. Mundy getting it in again. Medhurst, he's got away, but Hunt was able to keep his feet, and he had good support around him.
He was good there, Hunt.
Johnson for Burns, but it drops short. Mundy misses it. Burns and Gardner. Schofield, a premiership player with Port Adelaide, recruited by Freo over the summer, has struggled. Well, struggled last week in his first game for Freo, but gets another chance today. This is Mundy, and now Carr. And that was probably not the right decision, but it's all okay. McManus. McFarlane trying to get to the contest. He did that. He competed and brought it down for Pavlich. Bartel didn't quite finish it off. And there was almost a foot in there from Dodd, but not quite. 16 points the margin there. And again, you look at Geelong's normal ball winners. They're leading possession winners at the moment. Ottens, David Johnson, Josh Hunt, Rooks in the top 5, and then you get to the likes of Ling and Milburn and Kelly.
Ball kick didn't hit Enright, and it gives the Dockers a chance. Somehow Kelly emerged from the congestion with a handball to Tenace. High kick out wide. Chapman and McManus. Numbers with the Dockers. Bell.
Good tackle.
Great tackle it was. McManus in on top of it. He's in trouble, Sean McManus. Needs to get it out. He didn't. He's penalised.
Great effort.
He beat 3 of them, Paul Chapman there. And that's when Peter Bell couldn't quite get the handle. And now it's with Bartel. A long thumping kick to full forward. Ottens was taken high. No free kick. A chance for Gardner. Now Kingsley comes to meet it. Hazelby over the football. He needs to get it out. He's in trouble. Not this time.
Call.
Not this time. Bounce 20 metres from the Geelong goal.
And Anthony, you mentioned about Geelong's ball winners. They're not really there, but Hazelby, Bell and Carr have had 10 and 8 possessions apiece.
Sandlands, little tap from Hazelby to Cook, was wrapped up. And we get another bounce. Troy Cook just pleading with umpire Rowe.
Gary Ablett just 2 possessions, and Troy Cook continues to watch him.
So Watkins to do battle with Sandilands. Sandilands with such height. Now there's a free kick that's going to Sandilands, and a bit unlucky there, Brad Ottens, because they both had a good hold of each other's jumper. And Brad Ottens pleading his case, but the tallest man in the competition will take the free kick.
And again, they're huddling, Chris, aren't they?
Yes, and then someone breaks from the huddle. It's Cook this time. Can't play on those. Milburn was able to man him up pretty quickly. Not much to go to. He can go to centre-half back, and he does, to Schofield, who's broken free of the congestion. Now he's got a loose player at centre-half back. It's Black. Again, methodically working it forward. Cook was run from half-back, and now he can play on and set something up perhaps. High towards half-forward. Pavlich in the pack. Rook over the top. Takes off Uti. Handball out wide to Bartel. Poor kick. Cook doesn't let it get past him. Well played, Troy Cook. Handball to Thornton. Now to Bell. Peter Bell around Ablett. Left foot towards half-forward, but cutting the angles. Well done. Well read by Hunt.
It was, and he wants to move it quickly. Kelly prancing around on the wing. The ball comes to him. Just didn't work. Now that should be holding the ball.
That's incredible. That wasn't paid.
A terrible decision, and the Cats need to capitalise. Enright dragged to ground. Johnson in front. Just lost concentration for a moment. McManus has got Farmer on the wing if Parker can get it to him. He's got time and space on his side. Still stunned that Heath Black didn't get a free on the wing. Now he's put the man over the top, whips it to him. This is Dodd, who made his debut here against the Cats in that memorable and cold match. Cats didn't really work it out amongst each other. Pavlich trying to feed Farmer, who kept on running. Ling just crunched to the ground by Jeff Farmer.
Fantastic work by Farmer. He was basically at half-back, followed the ball all the way up, and to lay that tackle was sensational.
Here's a replay.
That is.
There's no way.
And the umpire was right there.
He must have thought that he got a little bit of boot to ball. That's all you could say in his defence. King, Farmer. Great effort into the square. Medhurst out bustled.
It was his good Hunt. Hard to shift.
He's got nothing doing other than his captain, Stephen King, who's trying to run Sandilands around, and hence that very small and hopeful kick. Well worked by Kelly and Bartel, but big problems down there and holding the ball.
We had prior opportunity. Went to balk the hand. Balk.
Jeff Farmer's tackling sauce has been unbelievable in this game.
And I tell you what, he created some goals in that first quarter. Couple of blocks.
Back to Heath Black, who we know is a long and strong left foot kick. And he runs the arc to try and give himself some leverage. Punches it into the wind, and what a great kick and a great result. Fremantle, stunning performance, 7-3 to 3-5.
Well, there's a turnover, and the tackle here was an absolute beauty. Went to balk around Jeff Farmer, free kick. But watch Black here. He uses the umpire as a shield. Kelly was unaware, caught him unaware. Fantastic, Heath Black.
So 2 second quarter goals into the breeze by the Dockers. Possessions in this quarter, 37-17, the Dockers' way, and they're also on top in the hit-outs. They lead 5-0. There's another one to Longmuir. Straight down the throat of Carr. High towards half-forward. Hazelby almost a clever mark, couldn't hold on. Ling is able to mop up to Enright. Bartel, look out. Got the handball over the top to Burns, little fumble. Farmer again arrived at a rate of knots. Great stuff, Jeff Farmer. Bell stood up in the tackle. Mundy turned, he's in real trouble here. Somehow he got it out to Bell. No, he's been penalised. Well, I thought that umpire was a little harsh there, because as soon as he was tackled, he released the footy. But the free kick to Burns. High towards half-forward. Fist from Thornton. Bell at the fall. Sweeps the handball, Mundy. Well, Black put him under enormous pressure, and all he could do was find the line, and he did. So a boundary throw in on centre wing.
I don't think they like what they see so far, the locals.
I just want to get back to Jeff Farmer. We played just almost 9 minutes of football in this second quarter. He's had 5 possessions, 3 marks and 2 tackles.
Gardner trying to be the channel for which the Cats can go into attack. Heath Black goes for the boundary, and despite the pleas from Darren Milburn and co, the ball will be thrown in. Peter Bell leads all comers. He's had 11 possessions. Hazelby 10. Josh Hunt and Cameron Ling for the Cats, both 7 each. Ablett not having a sniff thanks to Troy Cook. He's boxing on Gary Ablett. Hazelby, McManus. Bartel now was touched off the boot, and the players don't know that. They quickly work it out. Ling. Henry Playfair's got away. He handballs quickly to Chapman. Wobbly one with the breeze. Oh, what a great kick. And they needed it. Jeff Farmer comes off, which is a little perplexing. Maybe just for a rest, but he's been dominating.
Well, they did need this. It was very well done by Playfair to get it over to Chapman, who's a very good shot at goal. And did they need that in the first of this second quarter for the Cats?
Shannon Burns taking a break. Geelong's first goal of the second term with the breeze. It took 12 minutes. Longmuir beaten by King this time. Ablett inside the centre square. Cooks followed him in there. And we'll get a secondary bounce. Gary Ablett just 2 possessions. Troy Cook has had 9. It's been an enthralling battle. Longmuir got it down. Milburn, tackle from Carr was strong. Tied the football up, and Cook almost was able to get clear. It was tackled by Ablett, but another bounce.
Cats changing the mix at the moment with Lonigan coming on, I should say, and Playfair going off.
So Longmuir favoured by the bounce. In fact, it went to Grover, who handballed quickly to Bell. Concedes ground back to Schofield, who gets around Gardner. Oh, no, he didn't. Well played, Charlie Gardner. Bell. Now Grover's been very good this afternoon. Kick towards half forward. Pavlich has got to beat a couple, and it was too much for him. And a mark taken by David Johnson. Double teamed in there, the Cat defence. Johnson across the ground. There's a couple of players. King, Tenace. Now he can run Kane Tenace. There's a casual bounce. Didn't get into top gear. Delivers towards half foot. Enright. Black cutting across the front. Couldn't quite control it. Now Enright bangs away towards the top of the goal square. Kingsley one out. Couldn't take the mark. He'll get the free kick. Ken Kingsley's got the free kick. Play on advantage called, and Milburn waltzes in and bangs it through. Cats get 2 in a row. And the margin back to just 10 points. And you just get the feeling, Steve, that they can slip into top gear, Geelong. Yeah, they're going to be kicking a few goals in succession.
Well, it was this long kick that puts Parker under pressure, and the free kick, well, maybe a little high, maybe not. He can consider himself a little unlucky, Parker, but that's just jostling for position. And I think that Kingsley can consider himself a little lucky, but well done on Milburn to play on and kick the goal.
Cats fans, that could either be in glee or because they're a little cold. And I think it's probably a bit of both, because 10 points the difference now. And Troy Cook, who's done that job on Ablett, has his 10th possession. Mackie back with the fly. He's got a few away to his left in the middle. One of them, Milburn, now covered up. So he goes more direct, but wasn't well placed. Cook, here to hold his ground. He didn't. Ablett got a chance. Got it away. And here's Lonigan, who kicked a couple of goals in debut. He's a big boy, Chris.
Yes, he certainly looks like a player of the future.
Johnson with a double fist. Here's Chapman. Gardner versus Thornton. Kingsley lurking as well. Grover, Thornton. To Parker, Bell. Polak just blazes away to one-on-one. Riccardi did the discipline thing. Tenace has his left foot. It's not bad. Here's Lonigan.
Yeah, we just sense the Fremantle backline there were under enormous pressure. We saw Thornton just look to give a handball, and then it was a long kick by Polak here to try and clear the ball away, but they had the numbers there, the good sprawl, and Tenace was able to hit his target.
So what's the Breeze doing here, Andy, in terms of Lonigan for his shot for goal?
Well, right goalpost, Hutto. It's going to blow it hard right to left, so that would be where he'd need to hang it out.
So Tom Lonigan hangs it a little too far. He took your advice, Andy, and he says that's the last time he'll do that.
It didn't deviate, did it?
What are you like saying?
36 Geelong, 45 Freo.
So the margin back to 9 points, as it was at quarter time. Played 17 minutes, second term. Black keeps it low, penetrating kick, but only as far as Bartel. Crowded forward 50 for the Cats. Bartel just bombs away to the goal square at the back, almost. Ottens, he got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark. And the pressure now really being applied by the Cats. The margin 8 points.
Farmer back on for Freo, and the Cats quickly making a change to adjust to that, with Riccardi being replaced by Farmer's opponent, David Johnson. Dangerous, terrible kick in, as it turned out. And Freo seem to be having a lot of trouble getting the ball back into play.
Well, they are, and just in the last probably 3 or 4 minutes, the ball's been inside the Geelong forward 50.
You can see
the pressure's just changed, hasn't it? The tide's just changed. All of a sudden, the pressure's back onto the Fremantle defenders, where early in this quarter it was on the Geelong defenders.
Paul Chapman, a relatively quiet day, but he's already kicked a goal. And he's looking for his second. He starts it out right, and that swings back beautifully. Two points the difference now at Skilled Stadium. And Shane Parker will be scratching his head at his own decision there.
Yeah, well, poor kick, but Chapman makes the most of it. Starting to get into the game now, Paul Chapman. Had 3 possessions in the first quarter, already had 4 in this second quarter. Has kicked 2 goals.
So the Cats have kicked 3 goals in 5 minutes, as they did at the end of the first quarter. Margin now, just a couple of points. Longmuir, great tap. Hazelby hoists it high towards half forward. Big pack of players. Fist from Hunt to Nace, dropped the footy. Play on's the call, and eventually the ball sits underneath Kane Tenace. The umpire calls for it. So the Dockers led by as much as 26 points late into the first quarter. Grove has been very good. Longmuir off the side of the boot, but it might work out okay, and the mark taken by Medhurst right on the boundary line at right half forward. He wastes no time, just bangs away goalward. It's a great kick into the top of the goal square. Pavlich shot her off the line, he can't. It's touched over, and a behind only. Great defence from David Johnson. I thought for a fleeting moment there that Pavlich had the opportunity to kick it off the ground, but he could get boot to ball. So the margin now to 3 points.
Josh Hunt getting it in, looking for King, but well defended by the forwards for Freo. Farmer chips for the lead, and Pavlich had got away. Now it's a tough ask into the breeze from there. The centering ball is not bad at all. And Luke McFarlane, who's had a very quiet second quarter after kicking a couple in the first, will line up for his third.
And that's why it's just so important. We just see the effort here by Johnson. It's so important to get the kick-outs right. If you don't hit your targets, the ball comes straight back, makes it very difficult for your players to match up on the other opposition forwards.
I mentioned earlier, Luke McFarlane kicked 2 bags of 5 when he went forward a couple of weeks ago. His last 2 weeks have only produced a goal in each game, and he'll be disappointed with that. Again, the confidence factor from Freo. They could have got a goal there and gone into half-time with a lead. It would really give them a chance in this second half. Of course, they're still in front, and the Cats, who have got the breeze, have got about 4.5 minutes more to work with it in this second term.
Long kick by Hunt. Gardner was interfered with. He'll get the free kick. Just umpire saying that Thornton just got his arm over the shoulder of Gardner. Perhaps a touch lucky. Chips it across the ground. Johnson draws the player. Riccardi now, so devastating. Good chase from Medhurst. Kick towards half forward, caused the turnover. The Medhurst chase, well done. And mark taken by Longmuir. Milburn's now got the job on Pavlich. Longmuir chips it short, dangerously to Grover. Milburn overcommits, so Grover's away. Long towards half forward, going back. Great mark taken by McFarlane. And the turnover all came back to the chase by Medhurst, and it caught the Geelong defence completely off guard. And the Fremantle were able to turn it round, and McFarlane running back with the flight took a very good mark. So a second opportunity here for Luke McFarlane, this time from 45 metres. Angle only slide. This to extend the Fremantle lead. Drop punt, he's hooked it a long way. Contest in the pocket and almost the mark as it's been paid to Medhurst. He's played on. He snaps around the body, high into the goal square. Carr will have to leap, but Hunt stands underneath it courageously. Now Carr's been put down by Scarlett. What's going to happen here?
He's got to reverse it.
Scarlett has put down Carr. And the umpire Carr just saying to the umpire, and we're not going to... Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen them reverse for less than that over the course of the year.
Well, it'll either have to be a 50.
Josh Hunt's in trouble.
Well, let's have a look at this. This is Hunt and little... And there's Scarlett. Well, it wasn't much in the Scarlett putting down Hunt, was there, on reflection? And Josh Hunt just can't quite see where the blood is, but he's coming off the ground, Josh Hunt. So there didn't seem to be too much in that either. And Scarlett put Carr down. And Stephen King just having a word to Josh Carr. Some criticism during the week that Josh Carr's lost his toughness. Longmuir and Scarlett.
Hunt holding his eye as he leaves the ground, but either a cheekbone or a problem closer to his eye. Now, quite trying to sort things out. Lots of words of warning. The danger is always when there's a blood rule and play stopped. Yes, I think it is a problem with the eye for Josh Hunt. Andy, could you get a look at that from down there or not?
Yeah, I think it might have been Josh Carr's foot, Hutto, when Hunt was going to ground. It might have just clipped him in the eye socket.
So Cats try and work it out of their defence. Pressure from Fremantle pretty good. Mackie. Kelly. Poor kick. Longmuir's got it.
Medhurst deep.
You can't get it to him quickly enough though, and the Cats have got time to just regroup and get back. So kicks out wide to Farmer. Pavlich on the lead, he's ignored. And every player bar 4 in the attacking half for the Dockers. Black, normally so penetrating with his left foot. He plays on, kicks across the ground. At the back, almost a big mark taken by McFarlane. Cook at the fall. Ablett released out wide and a mark taken by Otten.
Says he did that well, didn't he? He just checked his kick.
Cats starting to surge forward. Ottens has got Bartel on the wing, and he heads in that direction, one-on-one with Hazelby. Bartel has got the 3 Brownlow votes the last 2 times these sides have met at Skilled Stadium. He also got reported last year in that wet and windy game. Shannon Burns inserts them again to the 50. Here's Lonergan. Got some help. Kent Kingsley around the body. The Cats are in front. seems a bit cruel. But after Freo did the attacking for 4 or 5 minutes, the Cats have gone back. There's the incident that hurt Josh Carr, that stopped to the face, perhaps, Josh Hunt.
Chris Connolly, a little concerned. His side was up in the first quarter by 26 points. Ottens, Bartel thought about giving it to Ablett, decides to kick instead towards full forward. At the back, Lonigan, now Riccardi, doesn't miss these, Peter Riccardi. He's missed it this time. Snap from just 20 metres. So, lucky let off there for the Dockers. Cats by 3 points.
Minute 40 remaining in the half. Johnson, McManus. Can Freo attack here? He managed to steal the lead back before the major break. Hazelby for the good of Schofield, who's on his wrong side, but he controlled it pretty nicely. Medhurst wanted to move it quickly. Was hoping to find Black. Instead, he finds plenty of Cats. Scarlett committed to the football. Wins a free.
Did well, Scarlett just protected the footy and knew that McFarlane was going to ride him into the back.
A minute to go and Lonigan does go. Gives it to Mackie. Long to Kingsley. Parker. Got McManus behind him. Got some good shepherding off the ball from Hazelby, but it wasn't a good kick. Oh, the Cats. Cohesion let them down. Ablett.
Good
did he get a fist to adjust? Enright going the wrong way. Somehow they mumble and bumble their way to half forward. And again they get one more chance, the Cats. Kingsley, King. Who's got the foot speed here? Riccardi, Grover, Longmuir. No one really seemed to want the ball. Now perhaps there's time for a Fremantle score. Carr through the middle of the ground. They share it well. Hazelby, Black, going wide. They needed to be more direct, perhaps. Time is of the essence for Pavlich. And Jared Rook wins the day. Just about half-time, Sauce. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, they've done unbelievably well, Geelong. They've played a terrific second quarter and 4 goals to 2.
So who's going to be the happier coach at half-time, do you think?
Well, I think Mark Thompson would be. Certainly, I think the Dockers would have hoped that they would have gone to the half-time break ahead, but Geelong did marvellously well to win that quarter, and they've got some momentum. The big challenge is whether the Dockers can come back now.
We've got a game on our hands, and we're back shortly at Skilled Stadium.
Welcome back to Skilled Stadium. Both sides back out on the ground. The Cats by 3 points. Thankfully, the rain has stayed away, but the temperature has dipped and it is getting cool here. We won't be seeing any more Riley Dunn. That right knee of his flared up in that first quarter. He's got the tracksuit on, taking no further part. Henry Playfair's got his left calf quite heavily bandaged, so we'll keep an eye on him. And the medical report re Josh Hunt is that it's all clear, that cheekbone eye socket, so he looks like he'll resume. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Andrew. Half-time at the MCG, and what a beauty that is. 8-3-51, 7-5-47, with the Maggies just in front there, Chris, so that'll keep you smiling.
I can say, Hutto, that at the 6-minute mark of the second term, Collingwood led by 34 points, so the Hawks kicked the last 5 goals of the quarter.
Second half then from Skilled Stadium. We've got a beauty on our hands. It is Geelong by 3. The locals being challenged today, though, by Fremantle, who have certainly come to play. And they've got the wind in this third quarter. And Pavlich, who they've tried to clear a big space for at centre-half forward. Geelong will try and get numbers around him. Bell got the toe poke in. Hunt, though, standing strong. And he had the supporting cast. This is Kelly now. Rook is going to try and run forward. He just got rid of it in time. McManus, Chapman outpointed him convincingly. Enright's kick is well placed. Lonigan, third bite. Drags it down.
Got some speed, this young man. Just watched him off the mark and he exploded. Moves well. And Geelong going with a couple of tools up forward. Stephen King lining up at full forward. And we see Lonigan on the lead. Very well done.
Well, they've got a plethora now, haven't they, of tall forwards, Geelong, which is amazing from where they've been. Obviously, they lost Ben Graham. They recruited Brad Ottens, but brought Gardner back into the team today. And that, of course, is in addition to Playfair and Kingsley and some bloke called Ablett coming through in the VFL. But that's all to the future. This is the present, and Tom Lonigan has increased the Cats' lead into the breeze.
Well, we just see the ball usage again. Young Lonigan on the lead and finishes off with a goal.
Good running by Corey Enright. He was instrumental at half-back, and he kept going, involved in a possession on the wing, and then was the one that actually kicked it to Lonigan, so it was well played.
And he just wanted to check the wind conditions down there. Has there been any change, or it's still going the same way?
No, it's still going the same way, Hutto.
So Otten's comprehensively out of the centre. Ablett well tackled by Cook. Chance for McManus. Ling, he was able to get the handball to Hazelby. He wobbles it towards half forward. Pavlich again's confronted by a couple of Geelong players, Rook and Milburn, getting back on top of him. The ball over the line for a boundary throw-in as we look at the Geelong bench.
Yes, that's the Geelong bench. And just for Fremantle at the moment, they've lined up with Sandilands at full forward, McFarlane next to him.
So
they've gone with three talls, the Dockers.
Right half forward for the Dockers. Otten's in front. Longmuir reaching over the top. Kelly was held, and he'll get a free kick. And Dodd just saying it should have been dropping the ball. He kicks towards Chapman inside the centre square. They're moving it quickly now, Geelong. Over to Hunt. The penetrating kick. Oh, it's a shocker towards half forward. Kingsley very cleverly gathered. Handball though to Ling. He missed the mark, and Ling sitting on top of the footy, and well done by Parker. He just got the footy and extracted it there to Cook. Now to Thornton, who's forced to kick across the ground dangerously, but Johnson's up to the task. And he marks at full back, kicks towards McManus, takes it on the half volley, run provided by Bell. So the Dockers here trying to build. They're confronted again by a wall of Geelong players. Back into the centre, Polak, now Grover. Draws a play over the top to Hazelby. Now he goes long towards McFarlane and Sandilands. Sandilands marks, good stuff, the big boy. He did it well. Playfair's back on him, but the height a real factor there, Steve.
And the beauty of it is that he's taken a mark early in this third quarter. That would put real worrying signs in Mark Thompson's mind at the moment. Who are we going to play on him if he starts taking a couple more marks?
Well, Hazelby did the right thing, just put it right on top of his head, and he used his height to advantage. Now he needs to convert the big fella, and he does. So Fremantle get one back. Well done by Aaron Sandilands. He started the quarter at half forward, now moves into the ruck. But it was a good piece of play because they used his strength. They kicked to that part of the ground where he could use his height.
Yeah, long and direct. And we just see him fend off his opponent there. Far too strong. I just hope he pushes forward after this bounce.
So Brad Ottens and Aaron Sandilands, the goal kicker from a moment ago. Face off, Sandilands in the end got fingernails to it. Jimmy Bartel, who certainly hasn't had things all his own way today. Just the 7 possessions. As we check in on the bench for Fremantle, Paul Medhurst having a rest, which is interesting. Schofield, Mundy and Riley Dunn, who's injured. Bell, 16th possession. He and Hazelby equal highest on the ground. Johnson again filling the space in front of Pavlich. Ling bolts up ahead. There's only space, and there's some runners trying to move into it. Shannon Burns is one of them. Grover was up to the task, but Chapman quick to pounce and to try and set up again through Ling. He's got Ottens pushing to centre half forward. Goes instead to Hunt. Ottens is still loose further afield. Lonergan would be a longer target. And even longer again is big Stephen King, but it doesn't get that far.
And Michael, just at the moment, Sandilands actually gone into the ruck and Longmuir's gone forward. You would think they should push Sandilands back, because Playfair would be in all sorts of trouble if they kicked it up high.
McManus blasts away. McFarlane shovelled out of it by Scarlett, but he had great support from Johnson. Look at the reading of the play by Josh Hunt. They collaborate beautifully. But still, you've got to clear the defensive zone. Lots of Cats inside defensive 50. Can he find someone outside? Yes. Nonchalantly done from King to Riccardi, who has to just realign himself. Out to the wing, no one there but Thornton.
Thornton brings it back inside the corridor to Carr, who chips it very high to Black, who's got plenty of time between halfback and wing. Heath Black normally uses the ball very well. Pavlich a long, hard lead, and he hits him on the chest. Numbers back, though, with the Cats. So Pavlich kicks inside to Dodd. Needs to get it on. Longmuir in the goal square. He kicks across the ground instead to Sandilands. Cats have got numbers back. That's why Fremantle are trying to be patient, trying to work
Well, he's got
an option.
free.
And he uses him. Still too far out to score. Kick and a half from goal. There's Peter Bell in the foreground. Chips it short. Back to Sandilands, who's racking up the marks. 3 in this quarter. And eventually, there's Farmer offering a lead. Eventually decides just to wobble it towards Farmer. It was a poor kick. I don't think it was intended for Farmer.
It was an absolute mongrel.
But Jeff Farmer was in front because he had just offered the lead. He had just offered the lead, and he was sitting there, and the wobbly old kick from Sandilands hit him right on the chest.
Well, that bloke isn't happy. But it was a mongrel of a kick. He's going to kick it long to the square, and it's come off the boot terribly. Farmer in front. Well, it's Jeffrey Farmer's day today.
Oh, he's kicked 2. Fremantle kicked 6-2 from set shots, and they've taken 12 marks inside, attacking 50 compared to Geelong's 8. So Jeff Farmer with the breeze from 45. He sets it up and kicks a goal. Jeff Farmer's got 3, and the Dockers are back in front. So well worked. They were patient, although a little lucky you'd have to concede, with the kick from Sandilands being pretty ordinary. And interesting to note that Sandilands now has moved back to the goal square with Longmuir going into the centre square. So a good finish there by Jeff Farmer, and he's been fantastic today with not only his goal kicking, he's kicked 3, but his work off the ball has been inspiring for Fremantle.
Sun shining at Skilled Stadium, and that presents a problem. Chris Connolly's got his cap on. I think they had the windows tinted during the week. They called the tint professor, but they've still got some problems. 3 points the difference. Freo in front here at Skilled Stadium, and really showing that they're going to challenge the Cats in this quarter.
Well, they've fought back with the 2 goals in this third quarter, which really they needed to. They've got to take it up to Geelong and make sure they're in the ball game come 3-quarter time.
Andrew, you got a close look at Milburn there as he walked past you. We might come down to you for an update on that in a moment. Ablett got to watch out. Bell about to pounce. It's deep inside 50. Some hanging on there. And the free kick paid. And again, exasperated defenders.
Well, they've been caught a couple of times, the Fremantle defenders holding on to their forwards, and we just see here Johnson falling off Ottens. Oh,
that was the second one.
Well, you can't grab the jumper, the umpire right there on the scene, but it's happened a couple of times in this game, 2 or 3 times, where the Geelong forwards have got free kicks from Fremantle backmen holding on.
So Brad Ottens, who, as you can see there, hasn't seen an enormous amount of the ball, but 7 possessions, hasn't scored today. And you can hear the groans. Tells the story. Astray again. 2 points the margin now. Fremantle hanging on. The Cats 17 scoring shots. Fremantle 14.
Just on Milburn, Hutto, he looks okay, but he was a bit proppy on that left knee, which is heavily bandaged when he came off the ground.
Mark taken by Dodd in the back pocket. Just chips it further afield. Cook. He's had the job on Gary Ablett today, Troy Cook. It's been an enthralling battle. Cook probably taking the honours up until this point. He's kick out wide to Pavlich.
Oh, well done.
Great stuff from David Johnson. Just got a fingered nail in there. And diverted the ball from Pavlich over the boundary line.
Oh,
now it's happening. It's on in the forward pocket. As we look at the Johnson spoil, players are up to their feet. Parker and Kingsley, the players involved. So a boundary throw in. Bell was held. He was holding his opponent. Kelly scrambles a kick forward to half forward. Farmer did well. Oh, Grover and McManus stood and looked at each other. Mackie off the ground to Ablett. He runs to 40 and kicks it behind across the face. So you can just feel the anticipation lifting here at Geelong when Ablett rushes onto the footy. He couldn't quite finish on that occasion, so the margin now just a solitary behind in favour of the Dockers.
And a lot of players have had trouble, haven't they, on that angle with the wind when they've been on the run today.
And it's gone to the left-hand side too.
Peter Bell in the back pocket, looks up, and it's reasonably stagnant at the moment. Crowley makes a good move, but he spotted McManus, who sneaks away. From half-back, he's got Pavlich as his man on. Oh. Now it's an open 50. He went to Black. Sandilands. Absolutely no hope.
Well,
for
there's not
Playfair.
much he can do because you can't hit an arm. If they can sit the ball up,
Exactly.
Playfair cannot hit his arm, so they've just got to get it to him one-on-one.
It's a long way for him to drop the ball down, though, and try and get it straight under the boot. Let's see if he can manage it. And he can't. Oh, in the middle of it, Longmuir just bounces up and puts it through for another one. Well, they're full of spirit this afternoon, the Fremantle Dockers. And they're battling against the local crowd and the informed team in the AFL. But big Aaron Sandilands could prove to be the wild card.
Well, he doesn't want to get too far from goals, but we just see here Longmuir in the ruck, pushing forward. And good to see.
It looks like he gave a real good push to Stephen King. And the Docker fans in the minority, but they've found plenty of voice. They lead by 7 points. 14 minutes into this third term. Got the use of the breeze for this quarter. They need to probably be 3 goals in front at three-quarter time. Kelly, Tenace. Loops the handball over the top to Ablett. He's away. Kicked inside, attacking 50. Going back. Pollack with courage. Good mark. He's got it in the back pocket. Kicks across the ground. Cook. In fact, and can raffle it there. Black in support. He uses him now. Heath back. Black runs to full measure. Oh, it's a poor kick. They turned it over. Hutt. Ablett getting involved again. Loops a handball over the top into the path of Tenace, who runs to 50, kicks it long to the goal square. Kingsley in good position.
Great kick.
It was a great kick. And Kingsley will kick from 20 metres as good as directly in front.
Shocking turnover, wasn't it, by Fremantle? They were in all sorts of troubles. As soon as he didn't hit his target, I think it was Heath Black.
Yep.
Well, Tenace was onto it, and Kingsley on the way back. Lost Parker. Easy grab.
So just the 5 disposals this afternoon for Kent Kingsley. He's kicked 1 goal, but missed a very easy opportunity in the first quarter from, well, similar distance. He was only 30 metres from goal and barely made the different distance. In fact, didn't. So he's got a chance here. He's got to kick it from just 20 metres. He comes in and he pops it through. The Dockers now lead by just a point. And Steve, we just watched the Heath Black turnover again. The short pass intended for Crowley.
Well, they were queuing up, weren't they, Freo? Had they hit that target?
Do it.
And on the rebound, Ablett, Tenace, Kingsley, goal.
So Cats get it back to a one-point ball game. We'll watch with interest out of the middle since quarter time. Freo have dominated. That had 6 out of the 8 centre clearances. But it's game on here as Hazelby gets them forward. Farmer couldn't get to the back of the pack. Scarlett with authority for Bartel. Perhaps they tried to be a little bit too cute there, but it might work out okay. King to a couple of one-on-ones. Well, it didn't turn out to be one-on-one. Big Sandlands, he got completely disorientated. Ablett wins the contested ball, as he so often does. Tenace puts the foot down, and now he puts the boot up and the ball to half forward. Gardner will pay that.
There's a good grab by Gardner.
He averages 6 marks a game. He hasn't seen a lot of it this afternoon. That's his second grab. Up to half forward. Chapman intercepted by Grover. Well played. The margin is 1 point. Freo with the breeze. That is flirting with all sorts of danger. But Farmer takes it, and now they've got the loose man on the wing. Black and Carr. And Milburn, who's just back on the ground. And Milburn happy enough to get it over and out. Marks in the match. You can see the different styles of play that have been employed. Fremantle, particularly in this quarter, sharing it around 26 marks to 9 for the quarter. And more than 30 than their opponents for the day. Sandlands and King look like they're dancing together there. Sandland somehow got it down, but Mackie. Lonigan got a tough bounce, but he won the ball. Polak left it behind. Chapman doesn't. Lovely little sidestep, and out in front of Kingsley again. Parker maybe got a high tackle there. Yes, the umpire spotted it. Crowd don't like it. You can understand the frustration.
Parker wears his opponents like a glove, doesn't he? Got good closing speed. Tough day for Kingsley. Every time he goes for the ball, Parker lets him know that he's around.
Schofield now to Thornton. Now some space here. Oh, the Cats again get across in number. Thornton runs the full measure, drives it long. Dodd's got a turn, but he didn't turn quickly enough. Milburn read it brilliantly.
He did.
Is that 50?
He's just come onto the ground, Milburn.
No. So Milburn's got it at centre-half back. Oh, dangerous kick. Schofield in from the side. Gardner did very well to maintain his composure, but now he's lost it. Dodd. Thornton kicks inside, attacking 50. Pavlich on the lead. And Pavlich's mark 35 from goal. In fact, a touch further.
He's got good
Probably
speed,
40
Pavlich.
metres.
Good speed, Pavlich. Once he's in front, very few get to him.
No, I tell you what, this will test him. He's a star. He's just taken his 9th mark, and there was the turnover. The pressure coming from Jared Schofield. So Matthew Pavlich to extend Fremantle's lead. A difficult opportunity. Drop punt is missing to the near side. So margin now in favour of the Dockers. A couple of points.
Both coaches very busy at the moment with some restructuring. Well, Playfair's come back on the ground for the Cats. Alton's to the bench.
Well, you just wonder now whether McFarlane comes back onto the ground, because Mark Thompson has pushed Playfair forward, and he came off the ground, which allowed allowed Scarlett to Longmuir.
Schofield's gone to Bell. Bell back was looking for Black. Oh, the big man just wobbles it, makes it tough for Farmer, but he weighted down, and he tried the impossible, and so it proved. Well, can they keep slugging it out? As you said, Michael, you get the feeling they need to get at least one more goal in front to be in with a real fighting chance in this last quarter for out.
Yes, Johnson gets at the Scarlet. You'd think with the win they'd need at least be 2 or 3 goals in front.
Has it dropped at all, Andrew? The flags seem to be a little more limp than they were earlier.
Probably by about 15%, I reckon, Hutto.
Right, 15.
Maybe 20%.
Scarlet high, a big leap. Sandlands the double fist up. Oh, McManus a little fumble. Did very well to gather it and then gave it up to Nace. Towards the wing, Mundy getting across. Good effort, couldn't hold on though. Grover's been fantastic. Great handball by Gardner. Sets Riccardi away. Out wide to Mackie. Here's a chance for the Cats. A short pass to Kingsley is perfect. and Peter Riccardi involved. We've got loose players everywhere, Geelong. Kingsley kicks it into the goal scorer and missed the target. He had 4 to choose from and missed every one of them. Polak, Pavlich under pressure, forced to kick quickly and going back, the mark taken by Enright. There's still a chance here, Geelong. They've got numbers inside, attacking 50. With courage going back. Marks at half back for the Dockers.
Both sides making mistakes. Crucial stakes in this third quarter. Well done by Sandilands. Gets it off to Schofield. Out wide. He's got Bell. He's got plenty inside. McManus, he missed the target. Who's going to get the footy here? It's Ling under pressure. Good scrap, good fighting from both teams. Tenacious handball taken by Ling into the middle of the ground now. Chapman, no one coming at him. Good protection from Enright. Some hesitation though. Carr persisted and got some reward. Mundy can't get a clean handball away. Thurley, a blind handball. Over the top, free kick to Mundy. High tackle. Crowd don't like it, but it appeared to be there. Ablett certainly didn't.
Just skill errors at the moment, Michael. Just hurting both teams. A couple of short passes that didn't hit.
50-metre penalty. Maybe language from Ablett, perhaps.
Gee, the game, the intensity's just lifted in the last 3 or 4 minutes as well.
So Mundy on a Saturday at Skilled Stadium, he's got a lot of
Can't help yourself.
numbers ahead of him. And he takes on Gary Ablett. Ablett's left in a heap. The ball's in the goal square. And David Johnson stands up and takes the mark as Pavlich is replaced by McFarlane.
David Johnson, the last line, just chips across the ground. Riccardi. No one comes to him, so he's able to have 3 bounces. Advance towards the wing. He almost stops, but then spots a target inside. Enright. Good use of the football. Chapman, been important. Long towards half forward. Loose player is Thurley, who got in behind the defence. And Cameron Thurley is marked on the attacking 50, almost directly in front.
Just a worry for Fremantle at the moment. Chapman, he's been able to find some space. Every time he gets the ball, he's hitting the target.
Well, he's kicked the goal in his 3 games of AFL football, this being his 4th, including a bag of 4. So a chance here. He is kicking into a slight wind, and he'll need to kick at 55 metres, so a big challenge, but he's a sharpshooter. And 52, drop punt on its way. It's a great looking kick. It's a touch on the line. No, good mark taken by Justin Longmuir. Right on the last line of defence. He chips it out to McManus.
And they're peeling off the Dockers. McManus again. Maybe, it was a good decision in the end. Mundy from half.
3 on 1.
Look at it. Yeah, totally surrounded
5
there.
on 1. 5 on 1.
And he's fighting on pretty well to hold it in, Hazelby. He'd be happy with a draw.
Well done.
He might just get it. Well, in fact, even better than that.
Great effort, wasn't it? Hazelby, then Medhurst to join in.
Medhurst comes up with the free. Josh Carr's gone straight off, not through the interchange.
Ooh.
Josh Carr is still on the ground. He comes...
No. He was making out that he was going to come off and try and at least stooge that he was off the ground and get a chip to the or a kick to the side.
Free kicks 11-5 in Freo's favour.
Which really the AFL should look at.
Crowley. Very short for Black, who's coming up for possession number 12.
Sandilands in the goal square, 1-on-1. That's where the ball needs to go.
And that's where it's headed. Can the big man? No, he can't get there. Ling, superior judgment on that occasion. Wasn't enough penetration on the Black kick. And now it's the Cats' turn to run. Milburn takes it and bolts. Playfair a long way up the ground at half forward. Polak wrapped him up and almost could have been rewarded for the tackle, but Playfair convincing the umpire that he did actually attempt to get rid of it, managed to release it. There's been plenty of mistakes in the game from both sides, as you can see there with the clanger total, more made by Freo, but they've shown the initiative for a fair bit of this match as well. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the margin is just that, 3 points.
Chance for McManus, overruns it. Hazelby threw it out. Black couldn't control it. Now Chapman He hoists it high, inside attacking, 50 at the back. Polak, a big mark.
What a grab.
It was indeed. So Graham Polak, such an important player in this Fremantle structure at centre-half back. Marked strongly.
It's his 5th mark for the day.
Kicks high, the wing. Well done in the end by McFarlane to effect the spoil. Hazelby, hands and knees. McFarlane, Bell, conceding ground back to Mundy, who kicks well. Mark taken by Dodd. They're going well here. Kick towards Crowley at half forward. He can run a kick and goal. Ryan Crowley's kick 2, and now he's kick 3. Well done, Ryan Crowley. On debut, he's kicked his 3rd, and the Docker lead now out to 9 points.
And let's go back to the Polak mark, because that's where it all started. A mark really on the last line of defence, but the Dockers were able to work it up with a good contest from McFarlane, who led from full forward. They worked it up. Crowley on the end of it. Very good goal.
Stephen King and Justin Longmuir favours King. Longmuir with the run-up. Couldn't get it to his man. Carr tries to get it onto the end of it, but Tenace and Riccardi and Enright. And Riccardi kept on coming. Good lead up by Gardner. He spilt the beans in the end, but Riccardi for his 3rd touch in that piece of play in the direction of Playfair. Just couldn't pull it down. Did he get a high tackle? No. Cook. Wasn't a great handball, and Black completely unaware of what was around him, oblivious to the man about to run him down. King for holding the ball, and Mackie to have a shot for goal.
Good to see this young man get involved. He spent a bit of time in the VFL. That's a great chase. That's what gets you into the game anyway, and sensational.
Steve, you're taught as a young player, when you get the ball, first 4 or 5 steps, you've got to go, then reassess where you are. Black didn't do it there.
His 9th possession of the day, his first major scoring shot, and he doesn't get the result he was after. Andrew Mackie kicked 3 goals in the first game of the year against Richmond, but it was dropped after 3 rounds. Back today. 73 Fremantle, 65 Geelong, a minute to go.
Oh, Harker dangerously into the back pocket to Thornton. Ablett paying close attention. Hazelby. Still time for the Dockers if they can move it quickly, but if they turn it over.
I'm just looking at the other end of the ground. Milburn's on Sandilands.
So eventually kicks out wide where Dodd has made position. He's got nowhere to go because it's all Geelong on the wing. So he has to sit and wait for something. Now Polak moves for him. He goes in that direction. Well done, Graham Polak. Ran very hard from half-back to offer something on the wing. And umpire Rowe just warning Playfair, just be careful. Won't pay 50 this time. And looks unlikely now with the time ticking away as he kicks across the ground to McManus. But the 3/4 time siren blows, and we're set for a fantastic final quarter, Steve, with the Dockers leading by 8 points at 3/4 time.
Well, yes, they've given themselves every chance. There was some great forward work by the Dockers, and really their midfield's given enough ball to their forward line. Sandilands causing pretty much a lot of trouble for the Geelong defence, but giving himself a chance to win this game.
So Chris Connolly, can he produce a big upset? We'll find out in a moment.
So Aaron Sandilands, the wild card. There he stands with Matthew Scarlett, his new opponent. And the ball back in the centre. King gets it down to Kelly, who hoists it high out wide. A chance for Gardner and Thornton. Well done, he does with his own ball. Great stuff, James Kelly. Pulls it back to the pocket. Now there's a relayed free kick, or is it a mark to McManus? It's a mark to McManus. And he did pretty well, and he marks in the back pocket.
So Fremantle full of running. And looking at a possible upset against Geelong. Their lead is 14. A long way to go in this last quarter, but if they take marks like that, they won't be beaten. McFarlane, who kicked 2 opening quarter goals, hasn't seen an enormous amount of it since, but he's been a target. 4 marks, 7 possessions, 2 goals, 1 for the day. Couldn't hit Pavlich. Hunt trying to mop up Ling, all slick movement by the Cats. Milburn took a moment, lingered till he could find someone. Ablett swoops. Ottens just couldn't get there. What a pick-up. Belied his height. Back to Ablett. To Mackie. The young man, Andrew Mackie. That'll get the crowd going. It's back to 8 points at Skilled Stadium.
Well, it's good footy, wasn't it? We saw the pick-up by Ottens, but Gary Ablett just so strong on his feet, very rarely loses his feet. That is a superb pick-up by Ottens, but just watch Ablett break the tackle there. Fantastic. Set Mackie up with the handball, and a very good kick for goal.
Geelong fans finding voice at Skilled Stadium. Stephen King, the captain, to go to battle with Justin Longmuir. King gets it down. Bartel, Ling, now Kelly, who's been influential early in this final term. High to half forward. Coming out to meet it, Polak's been pretty good in the second half. Graham Polak marks at half back. Oh, it's a poor kick, although Bell's got plenty of time to go back and get the footy. A bounce, gets a good shepherd from Dodd. Delivers to half forward, and Farmer comes on a long lead.
Well, this is where he's got to get it in quickly.
Sandilands moves for him, and he kicks in the big fella's direction towards full forward, and chipping across Bartel after Sandilands is held off the footy by Scarlett. He did it subtly enough.
He did it well, Bartels.
Did Matthew Scarlett, and Bartel just chips into the pocket to Hunt. No one stands the mark, so he's able to play on. Searching kick towards Milburn. Couldn't hold on. Chance again for the Dockers. Medhurst. Handball a little too slick for Bell. Somehow he got it back to him. Got a high tackle. Play on to the call. Chance for Gardner now. Tries to knock it to his own advantage and does very well, Charlie Gardner. Then got it to Kelly. Johnson chips it short to Mackie. The Cats away here. High towards half forward. Coming out on the lead is Ottens. And they worked it superbly on the wing, Geelong, just with weight of numbers and persistence. And Brad Ottens will kick from 45 metres as good as directly in front. And Charlie Gardner was the real star there. Second and third efforts.
Good usage, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And Andrew Mackie kicked a goal and now has found Brad Ottens on a lead. And this to bring the margin back to just 2 points. Brad Ottens comes in deliberately. Here's a good look at what's in front of him. Oh, look at that throw kick. It's absolutely perfect. And the Cats draw to within 2 points. So 2 in a row through Mackie and now Ottens. And just get the feeling, Steve, that it might be the Cats. They may overrun the Dockers from here.
Well, it's good ball usage, good quick hands. Kelly in there, and Mackie's kick to Ottens was spot on.
The locals are starting to make plenty of noise. Geelong kicking to the scoring end have got within 2. In fact, 15 of the 23 goals for the match have been kicked left of screen. So the challenge goes back down to Peter Bell and his Fremantle team. Can they counter-attack? Jeff Farmer got 4 Geelong players to beat. He had Cook in support. A show of strength with Gary Ablett. Neutral result for the umpire. Ablett shakes his head. Have a look at that. That's great to see. Let your frustrations of the week at work out on the umpire. Sandilands now in the ruck. Bell, 2 on 1. Corey Enright's built it. Pavlich. Johnson will like the boundary line. Paul Hazelby blood rule, I think.
Accidental head clash, I think, there with David Johnson, Hutto.
22 possessions for Hazelby. You can see he's second on the list. Behind Peter Bell, Gary Ablett, McManus and Cook. So they've got 4 of the top 5 possession winners on the ground, Fremantle.
Rover and Medhurst to come back on.
They've really had a crack. What have they got to do here, Sauce? Fremantle.
Well, I think they've just got to keep their intensity up. They've done it for most of the day, but listen, Geelong are going to have a real crack as well, but they've just got to stick to their game plan, get the ball inside to their tall targets.
Carr ineffective. Likewise, Stephen King. Kelly, he's over it. And eventually the umpire deciding on a bounce. 13, almost 14 minutes still to go in this last term. Heath Black, 13 possessions for the former Saint and former Freo player. Back with another incarnation with the Dockers. And he's on top there of Corey Enright. And Enright, ping. Frustration showing. Enright just 12 possessions today. Dived on it. It was pretty red hot. You can see why. Black sets it up to the top of the screen. No one there but Bartel.
Oh, well done, Bartel. Midfielder pushing back into the hole. You don't see too many do it.
So the margin is 2. Geelong trailing, but they've got the footy and they're moving it through Shannon Burns.
He gets around Sandilands easily with a bounce. Then around Polak. Now to Ablett. Put him under a bit of pressure, but he got the 1-2 back, Shannon Burns. Wobbles the kick to half forward. Oh, Johnson got a big push. And Ottens has given away the free kick to the Fremantle defender. Black working hard back in defence, kicks it out wide. Sandilands will be looking to handball off, needs to get it on quickly, taking a lot of time, just chips it short to his captain. He marks just backward of the wing. Cameron Ling stands the mark.
What's their best avenue to goal, do you think, for Freo, Sos, in this last quarter?
Direct. Through the corridor, get it in there quick. They've got Longmuir, McFarlane, Pavlich and Sandilands pushing down there as well.
Now Cook, certainly not moving it quickly on this occasion. It's Cook forced just to kick high towards half forward. Enright almost, McManus at the fall, can't control it, boundary throw in.
Pavlich is going to be swamped, isn't he, by Geelong defenders, so they can find another avenue to get it along the next line.
Well, that's where Farmer and Medhurst come into play.
So the ball at half forward for the Dockers. Sandilands in front, knocks it down towards Carr. Now what's happening here? Off the ball, a free kick against Peter Bell to Shannon Burns. So lucky break there for the Cats because the Dockers were away through Josh Carr as Burns kicks it high towards half forward. Bartel,
well done.
Brilliant, in fact.
He's done some good things in this game, Bartel.
One-on-one with Josh Carr. He kicks it long and high to the goal square. Otten's in good position. Johnson did well. Chance for Chapman at the fall. Left foot snap at goal. He brings it back too far and misses. So the margin now just back to the barest margin. 1 point in favour of Fremantle.
What a contest. Perhaps surprisingly. And the sun is out. That's another surprise. 79-78. Imagine being the man having to bring the ball back into play under this pressure. Heath Black goes as long as he can. He goes to the giant in Sandilands, but Dont from the side is the surprise packet.
Well, this is where he's got to get it moving down the line to Pavlich.
Well, who's got the petrol in the tank? It's a missed kick. Tough for Pavlich. In the sandwich created by Corey Enright and Jared Rook.
But he was really smart there, Pavlich. He knew it was 2-on-1s. He just had to keep possession of the ball, accept that he was going to get tackled.
King with the tap that time. Carr. Dodd. Bartel, watch out, Carr was coming. Now Ling. Hazelby. Oh, it was only a half handball.
well
that
done,
was slick
Hazelby.
stuff from Hazelby. Sandlands to Bell. He controls the kick. The spoil was not bad at the back. Jeff Farmer. And David Johnson saw him almost to the line. But Farmer, he'll go solo. Oh, he does it. Jeff Farmer and Fremantle, with Farmer's fourth goal, have taken the lead out to 7 points. And this very small contingent of Fremantle fans are absolutely delighted with what they've seen.
That was an unbelievable passage of football. The harassment by Hazelby, the quick hit, and this bit by Jeffrey Farmer to keep the ball alive. That is what he's asked by small forwards. Keep the ball alive, give your forwards opportunities. Smart play.
Certainly was brilliant, wasn't it, from Jeffrey Farmer. And the Fremantle side, well, Geelong have looked like on a number of occasions like they're going to overrun Fremantle, but Fremantle have stood up and answered every challenge so far. Longmuir, Cook's been fantastic. High to half forward. Out comes McFarlane, spectacularly couldn't hold on. Now a chance for Milburn. Out wide to Enright. Just wobbles it towards the wing. Grover did very well on Burns. And the ball's still in play. Grover dives on it. Well played. Schofield. Numbers with the Dockers. Hazelby. Now Longmuir. Forced to kick quickly around the body.
McFarlane
has to stand underneath it. And will he get a free kick? He will. It was courageous from Dodd because it was an awkward ball coming in. And he just had to stand underneath it. McFarlane comes from the ground.
He's just so reckless the way he goes about it.
Dodd. High towards half forward. David Johnson in good position. And the ball falling short. Fremantle players not alert to it. As Scarlett relieves the pressure to Hunt. Off to Bartel.
And the Cats go through the middle. Important ball to be won by Chapman. Geelong players trying to keep the forward 50 open. Cameron Ling saying, kick it to me. He was going to have a one-on-one with Ling, but instead he goes to the taller option. Ottens, Johnson got him out of the play.
Did well, Johnson.
Thornton snook it against the line, Black. And Johnson kept on running, provided an option. A way out of defence. McManus kept his foot at least initially. Chapman boxed on. Great struggle for the ball in the wing. Now, if it wasn't too high, it should have been holding the ball.
But
It should have been holding the ball if it wasn't too high.
should have been, but what a contest that's been today. This is where McFarlane hurt himself. But the contest between Chapman and McManus today has been a beauty.
Longmuir along the line. Pavlich. Schofield back to Pavlich. It's an open 50 for Jeff Farmer. Ball up. He's had bigger days in the past in terms of goals, Jeff Farmer, but I wonder if he's ever played such a complete game as this with all the 1%ers and the tackling. He's kicked 4 goals, he's had 17 possessions, he's had 8 marks, and he's given Fremantle a 7-point lead. Ling to Riccardi, back into the middle of the ground. Now James Kelly. Is someone running past? Yes, it's Gary Ablett. He speeds away along the wing, up to half forward. Gardner just out of his reach. And it goes over and out. 7.5 minutes remaining. The margin is 7 points.
Extraordinary stuff down here, Hutto. Chris Connolly is coaching from the interchange bench in the final quarter. I suspect it might have something to do
with the sun.
It must have. It can be the only reason.
Charlie Gardner. So what a climax we've got to this match. It's been enthralling all day. Fremantle, criticised during the week, have had a real crack this afternoon at a venue they've never won at. Longmuir in front, taken though by Ottens. Kingsley somehow got boot the ball. Schofield, Mundy has been impressive. Bell, back to Grover's been outstanding. Mundy, they're sharing it around the Dockers. Black, now he's got a real problem. Forced to handball out wide. Medhurst concedes ground. Back to his captain, Peter Bell. Just chips back to Medhurst.
They did it well.
They did. They had nothing to go to. Geelong have got numbers back. So Medhurst now just forward of the wing. Chips towards Pavlich, who marks strongly. He's up and away already. Kicks inside, attacking 50. Going across, Stephen King marks. Not much on offer there in the Fremantle forward 50. And the mark taken by Gardner at centre-half back. And 50 metres.
Maybe
Against
Jeff
Jeff
Farmer's first real mistake.
Well, Gardner took the mark and Farmer went and claimed him when he wasn't in the contest. And there's Chris Connolly.
This is great,
coaching
isn't it?
from the boundary line. It's like the under-12 sauce.
Well, it's ridiculous, really, that to think that he has to come down from the coach's box and go down to the ground.
Ottens, was he interfered with? No, he wasn't. McManus, great tackle from Chapman. Gary Ablett. And Cook, as he's always been for the whole day, is right by his side. He's stalked him today. Ablett has come out on top with 19 possessions, but Cook's had 18, so it's been a great battle. They're battle weary. Half the coaches still up in the box. Chris Connolly trying to urge these troops on from the side of the boundary line. Over the top, Dodd got a fist to it. Burns, and the ball is over. 6.5 minutes remaining.
Oh.
Bit of suburban footy, Hutto.
Great to see. Thought you farewelled that last week. 7 points still the margin. Cats in attack. Hazelby. Pressure growing. Carr somehow got it to Black. There's a whistle. It's a Geelong free kick. It's a Geelong free kick to Brad Ottens. He was dumped. According to the umpire. Simon Meredith. And now Brad Ottens, the Cats prize recruit over the summer, who's had a fine season. He's kicked 16 goals, 8 going into today. And the pressure on Chris Connolly. He's kicked 1-1 for the day, Brad Ottens. Got some breeze behind him. We know he's a beautiful kick of the ball. Are you with him, Sauce?
I'm with him. I'm with him, Hutto.
Gets close to the man on the mark. Will it make the distance first of all? Oh, it was right on the line. Ablett, and it's conceded. So it's an even goal, the difference now.
Fremantle just got to get some more structure to their team at the moment. They've lost their forward structure up forward.
Do they need to get another goal to win Freo with 5.5 minutes to go?
I think they do. I don't think they can hold them off for 5 minutes. They've got to get some structure up forward. There's no one inside their forward 50.
Parker short to Bell after he was called to play on. Bell back to Thornton. It's too much time to just try and milk it away. They must score, you'd think. Thornton out wide. Cook. Still inside defensive 50, the Dockers. There's only 4 players in the attacking half, and they are just beyond the midfield. It's Chris Connolly. Cook. Long kick towards the wing. Big pack of players almost to mark the Hazelby as we get the 5-minute warning. Kelly, Enright. Long inside attacking 50 at the back. Thornton. Chance for Gardner. Gets a handball out wide. Milburn snaps high to the pocket. Hunt's in good position here. Or interfere with the Fremantle player. Surely. No free kick. Well, that's surprising. Umpire Donlan not playing that free kick. So another behind brings the Cats to within 5 points.
Come on, say it, Hutto. Handy point.
Handy point. Well, it's 5 points the difference now. Can Fremantle defend? We're inside the last 5 minutes. Can they hold on from here? Or will they be positive even and try and score a goal? Johnson goes as long as he can. He was spotted Bell. He got away. That was brilliantly conceived by both Bell and Johnson.
They've got to get some run from their midfield, from running forward to try and create options, because it's very static at the moment for Fremantle. Not much run.
You can see the time clock. That's what they know. 24 minutes. Chris Connolly only metres away from his captain, who takes on Burns and just sends it to where there's the biggest pack of players. Longmuir! Oh, terrific grab. Now he's gone for the injury time. He had Farmer deep. Perhaps he would have been better to get it in quickly. But instead he milks the clock.
Just got to find a kick inside their forward 50.
Pollack down there now as well.
Going short, Thornton now. Surely they can't just keep doing this until the end of the game. Geelong have got a man up. Mundy goes into the middle to Cook. Will he play on? No, he's going to go back. He's got plenty of leads inside 50, but also plenty of Geelong jumpers, and that's why there's men loose. They have to man up and go one-on-one. Surely they know that. This is dog. This is tension. This is great footy. This is where Geelong have got to be smart.
They've got to find one, Geelong. Now they've got one-on-one.
Umpire calls Grover on. He just blasts away. No mark. Enright. Down to Bartel. Burns. The smallest man on the ground takes the mark. And Geelong have to get the ball back to him quickly. He's got Ling forward. Listen to the crowd. Shannon Burns, hesitation. 5 points the difference. Kick it, they yell, and kick it he does. Ottens, yes, he's got it. And they go man in the bleachers. 5 points the difference. Brad Ottens.
And it was a huge grab too. Burns did very well. He wanted the tall target. He was just waiting for Ottens to push up the ground to present. Great grab, Brad Ottens.
Well, they've adopted him so far this year. If he kicks this goal, he'll be one of their own. He'll be a Geelong boy through and through, Chris O.
No doubt about that.
What a big kick. Brad Ottens. A collective groan around Skilled Stadium. 4 points in it.
Well, it's possession football now for the Dockers. Hold possession. Get a short one off. Hold possession.
Have to think there's still 2 or 3 minutes left, so plenty of time for either team to score. Blake's got it at fullback. Not much to go to. He goes wide. Burns in good position and he's marked. So Shannon Burns, 2 critical marks in the last minute. Wastes no time. Kicks it high and long towards half forward. There's an interference there. Ball to the back. Chance for Chapman. Can he get boot the ball? No. He's wrestled over the line. He's wrestled over the line. It's 1 point only. Margin, 3 points in favour of the Dockers. What an epic battle we've witnessed this afternoon. The Dockers, against the odds, have served it up to Geelong, and they're holding on by their fingernails. Parker at fullback. Time ticking down. Needs to be precise. Kicks it to a big pack. Going back, Bartel. Ball to the full. To the front of the pack, Shannon Burns again. Was he tripped? Handball, looking for Mackie. The Dockers in on top of it. And we'll get a bounce at centre-half forward.
They can't bear to watch the locals. 3 points the difference. You would think only a couple of minutes now. Chris Connolly, perhaps on the verge of one of the wins of his coaching life. Longmuir over the top of it. Fremantle happy to hold it in there. And another bounce. 28 minutes ticks over. They can't hear you, Chris. He's yelling and screaming. Mark Thompson in the coach's box. 70 metres out from Geelong's goal.
They'll rush onto this, Geelong. Try and get a hit forward.
They surge. King gets the tap. Shannon Burns. Cook just blasts away to the wing. Bartel tries to get there. Pavlik straight for the boundary. Hit the boundary! And he does. Not deliberate. What do you reckon, Sauce?
No doubt he's gone for the boundary. No doubt, but he couldn't do much else.
Would have been a brave call, wouldn't it?
Oh, wouldn't. But his intention was to hit the boundary. No doubt about it.
Can't be too long left now.
29 minutes. King over the top with Longmuir. Johnson, Carr, they've been magnificent, Fremantle. Pavlich, he's got it! If he kicks straight, it'll be all over.
Huge sigh of relief for Chris Connolly. He knows that if his star forward can kick this, The game is theirs.
They're already celebrating. Matthew Pavlich. He's taking a very long time. Siren, they've done it! Fremantle have done it! A deathly silence around Skilled Stadium. A massive upset. The icing on the cake for Matthew Pavlich. It matters little. He drives it home. Fremantle have won. Unbridled jubilation for the Dockers, and they deserve it. It's a memorable victory from the men in purple.
Yes, a wonderful performance. Matthew Pavlich, one of the stars of the day. Fantastic effort from him. And let's go down to Andy Marr, who's with the winning coach, Chris Connolly.
Thanks very much, Chris. Have you ever done it harder than that?
Look, it was a fantastic effort by the players, really disciplined. We've been on the scenic railway at Luna Park, ups and downs and all that type of stuff, but if we can find some consistency, it'll be very exciting at Fremantle. I'm just proud for the players and all our supporters.
Mate, to come back from an embarrassing effort like they did last week, that speaks volumes to these blokes in this group.
Yeah, it is, and here's one. Interview the player.
Oh, well, just one quick one. Why were you over here? Was it the sun? What was the reason you were on the bench?
Just a bit bad in the last quarter, but it'll fix up. It's a great stadium. Go grab a player, mate.
Well, good on you, Chris. Well done. I'll go grab a player as the coach has instructed me to do.
Thanks for that, Andy. Yes, the Cats, they tried valiantly, Steve. They kicked no goals, but 5 behinds in the last 17 minutes. They peppered the goals. They just couldn't find the opening.
They did. The big kick was the Brad Ottens kick, the great mark and the shot at goal, and obviously just missed the goals. But listen, this day belongs to Fremantle. They came here to play. They got off to a terrific start, and I thought they were wonderfully coached throughout the day, and their commitment for each other really stood out today.
Yes, a wonderful performance. Graham Polak there, he was certainly a strong contributor. Sean McManus back in the side. He's back. Justin Longmire played an important role as well. He was absolutely fantastic. And Geelong, well, as I said, they always looked as though they were going to get over the top of Fremantle, but all credit to the Fremantle Dockers here this afternoon at Skilled Stadium. Their fans pay homage to a great performance. The Dockers by 9 points. Back shortly to wrap up.